Hello and welcome. So I'm Fiona and today we're going to make an infinity scarf. Now these are great if you're travelling. Yeah, so you can just put it like that and we're going to put a secret pocket. Now so that's just a zip pocket and it means that you've got everything on you and you can keep yourself comfortable. This one's made out of a metallic fabric, now which is great because of you can't read the cards through it. So if you can go to a shop that specialises in gaudy fabric, then yeah, you know, maybe they're not going to sell it. Okay, if you buy it as card protection, then they're going to be more. So what I have here is I have a strip of 55 inches long and 15 inches wide. Now if you're lucky enough to go to a shop that sells, you know, like 1/4 of a metre or something, then you can really get away with yeah, just buying a strip of fabric off the reel. Now of course some fabric shops sell cotton and everything on reams of 45 inches, and that's going to make life a bit difficult for you. So I've got my sewing machine here and I've set it up so that I've got my needle as far over on this side, so it does mean that I'll be sewing backwards. Now what I want to do is sew the zip on to the end of the fabric, and I'm going to use a gaudy colour zip so you can see, and yeah, but it's all good. So I'm just going to do a few stitches just to get it started, and then I am going to just move this zip slightly so that we don't get it caught up, and you can see the right side of the fabric quite clearly. I'm going to leave a little flash of colour on this side of the zip so that we can just make sure that I'm catching everything. It's just a personal thing, and I'm going to be careful of the zip workings. Alright, so yes, I thought that was going to happen. I got all that all caught up. Now I need the opening of the zip at the opening end of the fabric, so yeah, it's just one of those things. It will all make sense later so that we can sew the infinity scarf back up. I'm just going to take a second just to line up this zip because I want it as easy as possible for myself. Alrighty, so that's all lined up, and I'm just going to again sew a couple of reverse stitches so that it's nice and easy. Now I've chosen a dressmaker's fabric for two reasons: nice and soft on my neck, and it comes in rolls of 55 inches, which is long enough to do an infinity scarf with a loop. Okay, so the next step, I'm going to line the 2 rows of stitches up. I'm going to get rid of the zip slightly, but I'm not going to close it completely. And then I'm going to make sure these are tucked this way, and I'm going to sew a long stitch along the bottom. I know, I'm going to be careful of the metal bit of the zip, because if my needle on my sewing machine hits that, then it's going to break the needle. Well, yeah. It could just break the needle, or it could get very exciting, so be careful of that. I wanted to, yeah, this is my passport holder thing, so, but we missed that, So what I've done here is I've just sewn along that long seam. Obviously my sewing machine's noisy, sewing machines are noisy, and I didn't want to bore you. Yeah, we could talk about anything really, we don't have to talk about sewing machine noise. So what I'm going to do now is, this is just one long strip. The seam is all along one side, so I can use that to make sure that I've got the seam so there's no twist in the scarf, because you don't want that. I'm going to line up the 2 right sides of the fabric, and I'm going to put them in the sewing machine. Now with the zip open, obviously this is a lot easier, and with the end of the zip at the end of this. So just line up that seam with the line of stitches. I'm going to do a couple of reverse stitches, and then I'm going to hold the bottom flat, make sure I'm not picking up any material at the bottom. A line of stitches. I'm going to give myself quite a large seam allowance because of the printing of the fabric sometimes doesn't go right up to the edge. And then I'm going to twirl this round. It's a bit fiddly, but that's fine. That's fine. Can you see that well? I think my hands are in the way. And then I'm going to twirl it round again. So it is just take 3 inches and then start again. Now when I come to the end, I'm going to line up the zip, and I hope you can see those little metal notches. They're what we're trying to avoid, but I'd like it to meet together. So I'm just going up onto the fabric of the zip. It'll quite happily sew through the plastic of the zip, the teeth, unless of course you've got a metal zip. And then we can do that. Okay, so if we unroll that, turn it the right way round, give it a little wiggle, and we can tuck those in there. What I want, this is all one hoop now, so I could go round and reach the other end. I don't want to lose things in the pocket. I just want the pocket to be secure. Now I'm going to put a line of stitches over this, and in a way I'm going to tidy up this as well. So I'm pulling it taut at the back, and I'm going to keep these two together. Have you heard of the stitching in the ditch? I'm not going to use any funky feet for that or anything, although there are them. I'm just going to keep it tidy. Obviously I'm going for speed here, so you can take a little bit more time. There we go. Now, so that's just tidied that up a little bit, obviously not completely. I'm going to tweeze these out so that the seam's flush, and I've given myself, I suppose, a foot, and I'm going to put another line of stitches just in there, just to keep, you know, the packet of tissues that I need to keep on me, and well, my passport and anything else that I want to keep to hand securely and that I don't want to look obvious. Now when you're choosing your zip and your fabric, I'm guessing you could match them up. I kind of have two views on this. If you're going through security, I don't want to look as if I've got anything to hide, but when I'm wearing the scarf, what I'll do is just tuck the zip under. But the original one that I was sewing, I was using a lime green zip, so yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Do you want to be obvious that you're hiding something, or do you not want to be obvious? So it's entirely up to you. That's an infinity scarf. Very simple to do. In fact, it's actually easier to do with the zip, so that you don't have the bit of faffing of trying to get the two ends together. Alright, thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope it's inspired you to go out and do stuff. Yeah, like and subscribe. New videos coming more frequently now, and hopefully we'll get the sound quality sorted. Okay, random thought whilst we're here. Yes, I always use moon thread. It's kind of cheap and cheerful, and I think what it is you use the thread that you use and you stick to it. I buy multi-packs of fluorescent thread, and I use this all for my quilting. So my quilting have always got like glarish thread on. Yeah, this is cheap. This is the cheapest you can buy, and I never have any problems with it. But yeah, thank you for Christine. Good question. Alright, well, I'm all done. I am here, honestly. And thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.